This may come as a shock to many of you, but believe it or not, I actually did originally do like movie TV reviews on this channel. And watching South Park's joining the Panderverse was really fun, and it actually got me thinking about something. And I actually then, after this, watched the original Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I realized something like that goes into what this story was talking about, in a let's say a different way. And believe it or not, I am actually working rather hard. Yeah, I don't want to show too much of that. We'll use this one because it's. I see. I don't want to spoil her. There we go. I've been actually working on. See, I don't want spoilers. I've been actually working on making a movie for my other channel. This would be the gaming one I do. Um, this is mostly just me having fun. But I mean, I've been actually like putting a lot of time and energy into figuring out how to make a movie, and I think I'm getting close to being done with the broad strokes. The biggest obstacle I have right now is a couple of images that I really want, and I just don't know if I can get them to work the way I want them to. It's just all right. But like when I made this channel, and even now, like one of the things people really complain to me about is sound. Um, like when I first made this channel, and more specifically like my gaming channel, I don't like music. I'll be honest, I don't like sound. To me, it's just like a needless distraction. It kind of gets in the way. I actually like it very monotone, boring. This is probably my biggest barrier between me being a good like content maker and not. Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. But you know, I when I watched when I watched joining the Panderverse, they're talking about using AI. I do use AI. Honestly, though, it's usually more, well, that doesn't matter. I do actually use it, and it does have its uses, but not in the way most people would expect. Give me like 1,000 likes, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, no, 10,000. That's a pretty useful little tidbit. And anyway, that's not the issue. But I mean, like they're talking about how like the problem with the people making all this content is they aren't a creative, and I think I am actually pretty creative. The new content I'm making for this channel, I'm really loving it. I think I'm finally starting to get that sense of humor that I'm wanting, as well as kind of like a more serious edge occasionally, like kind of that balance between the two. And I think I've actually nailed it really well. This would be probably 3 weeks out for you guys, maybe 4 weeks out. I think it's 4 weeks actually. So you're gonna have to wait 4 weeks for that. But anyway, I'm really happy with it. Like I'm really happy with that new style, that new content. Um, but like they're talking about how these people like are just trying to cut corners, and that's really the issue with Disney as a whole, the like Hollywood industry, if you want to get more broad. Like they're clearly trying to use AI to cut corners on stuff, and it's pretty painful. Like it's really pretty painful. An AI just does not write as good as a human. I'm sorry. Yeah, sure. Like in terms of like generic carbon copy stuff, yeah, I guess an AI can do it. But at that point, I would ask the question, why are we even writing it? And like, see, it's like most of the generic writing that I think AI can excel at is going to be stuff that's basically bureaucratic at its heart. And it's like, okay, if it's bureaucratic at its heart, why are we doing it? Other than for the sake of just doing it. And what's the point of that? That's another discussion again. But what I realized is when I was watching Indiana Jones, um, like they have an absolutely gorgeous soundtrack. I don't know if people know this, like, but way back, like way back in the old days, um, Raiders of the Lost Ark, please, good lord. I have to actually specify that now. Way back in the old days, in the 1980s, the early 70s, like Lucasfilm was not known like as like a Star Wars company or as a this company. Lucasfilm was known for its sound effects. And like listening to Raiders of the Lost Ark, you can tell, A, they did not intend this to be serious at all. Like, I don't know if people realize it. Like, I haven't watched it in like 20 years. Almost. Yeah, I mean, I would have been like a teenager. So it's 20 years now. Holy crap, that's been too long. I almost haven't watched it in 20 years. It's almost been 20 years since I watched this. And I finally went back to it. And you know what? Like, I remember it being a very serious, like, cool, like, thing. And now I'm watching it and I'm like, man, the people making this movie were not trying to be cool. They were not trying to, like, set a style or a trend or an epic saga. They were literally telling a, like, joke. And it's super obvious. Like, man, you'll listen to the sounds and almost nothing in it is trying to take itself seriously. I mean, seriously, yeah. It's like, here, I'm going to switch out this bag with this other thing, and then the big, huge artifact just kind of crushes me anyway. Um, they had great sound effects, though. Like, I was just tinkering around, like, I was just tinkering around with it, like, here on my own. Yeah, you. I don't know if you guys can actually hear it very well. I have got the sound adjusted. That one actually, I think, almost sounds like feet. And I don't like doing this sound effect stuff. I get it. But it's like, man, everyone, when you think Lucasfilm nowadays, like this new generation, this younger people thing, everyone's like, oh, Star Wars, Indiana Jones, George Lucas was this creative genius, blah, blah, blah. No. Honestly, no. He was a sound engineer. The guy was great with his sound effects. Like, absolutely brilliant. And, that's it. I don't really have a lot else to say, a lot else to discuss. Um, I wish I could say I have some cool gimmick or some cool idea. See, there's a spoiler here. Yeah. Um, but I mean, I wish I could say I had some cool gimmick or like idea or concept that I could push into this. But honestly, I, I I just realized my recording software doesn't let me pause and review where I am. Another problem that I have to deal with. Um, I have to step back and like reassess everything I'm doing in terms of sound because honestly sound effects is my biggest failure. Like I just don't think in terms of it, guys. I know I don't. I really know I don't. I've loved making movies. I've loved working on movies. I've loved tinkering with them and yada yada yada. Um, that being said, I'm awful at it. And I can laugh about it because it's not a big deal to me. Oh, I remember the other thing I wanted to mention. This is what happens when I'm using my screen for this stuff. I just found out that on YouTube, I have officially reached a point where I can actually start monetizing. Yay. Don't expect anything to happen. I'm not really rushing into it. Honestly, when I started it, I was thinking, oh, hey, I could monetize. But honestly, it's going to be like, what, a couple bucks? And yay. Okay, couple bucks. That's cool, I guess. Um, yeah. I would love to actually be able to make movies and stuff, guys. I honestly think I could do it. Like visually, like in my mind, I can see what I'm wanting to create. My biggest failure is honestly, man, sound. Like, and I've been working hard at it. I really have. I've put a lot of time and energy into figuring out how to make things sound better. And honestly, going back and listening to the old like George Lucas stuff, man, the guy was good at sound effects. The stories are stupid. Like really stupid. Like there are literally so many things wrong with Raiders of the Lost Ark from a storytelling perspective. It's painful. It doesn't matter. It's not trying to be a serious epic saga. It's not trying to have 20,000 movies made based off of it. It's not trying to blah 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 blah. I don't remember Crystal of Skull, and I haven't seen the new one. Which one's the new one? Man, I don't even know what the new one is called. Um, there it is. Nope. Nope. Darn it. Crystal Skull. Which one's the new one? The Secret of the Golden Destiny? Is that the new one? Because if that's the poster, that's really garbage. I hope that's not it. The new ones, like the Crystal Skull, honestly, I didn't get the humor at all. Maybe it was supposed to be funny, but it definitely didn't work. Last Crusade and Raiders of the Lost Ark, both really funny, really hilarious. The Temple of Doom, no. And I think that sets a lot of like what you need to understand with these whole things. Um, yeah, I just rambled a lot. I actually did have things I wanted to say. I would love to make these kinds of things. I would love to make fun, enjoyable content. I actually think my characters are really flushing out. I just suck at audio. So if you are really good, oh, hey, there we go. Look at that. Hey, if you're really good at audio, let me know because, man, I'm really garbage at it. I know I am. I have someone I know who can actually edit videos, but like, I think honestly, before I would use their services and ask them to help me out, I want someone who can actually like make good audio. So if you're actually listening to this at this point, you're first of all really weird. Second of all, you're maybe just trying to get me to that 10,000 likes. Because if you do get me up to 10,000 likes, yeah, I'll totally tell you guys how I use the AI stuff. That's not a big deal. Um, it's a trick. Okay, everything's a trick. But yeah, no, man, you get me up to 10,000 likes, you can have that. You can have that little gimme right there. Um, But yeah, no, I actually really would love to know if someone out there is really good at audio and sound effects because that would be a huge one. And then I also would love to know if someone out there wants to animate. Because, man, if you want to animate, oh, man. Oh, I could make Shadowfiend so much better. I'm garbage at that, too. I already knew I was garbage at I can draw, but, man, that level of discipline to draw the same thing over and over again, no, I just don't have it. I really don't. And, man, no, no, nope, nope, nope. No. So yeah, I would love to be able to like monetize this enough that I could actually like hire people to actually help me do that stuff, which would be awesome. Actually hire like 3 people because I think I need 3 people to make a really decent team. That would be really fun and awesome. But if I can't hire them, we can all just do it for the fun of it. I mean, isn't that kind of the point? I'm loving doing this. It's been a blast. I think people have forgotten, like, doing it just for the fun of it's all right. Yeah. Or if you want to learn and you want to get experience and you want to work for some big company, you can work with me first. I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll pretend like I'm an expert and I'll sign something and I'll be like, oh yeah, this guy knows how to do audio. Oh yeah, that's a great recommendation right there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. No, oh, I would love to do it, guys. I really would. Anyway, I'm really happy with where I am, like from a development perspective. I know what style, I know what kind of creation, content stuff I'd put into like Shadowfiend. Um, I know how I would actually translate that over to my gaming channel and my teaching channel as well. All three, boom, all in one big thing. If I just had a couple people, I could totally do it, and it would be so much fun. Oh my goodness, I would have an absolute blast at this point. And I'm really not being glib or sarcastic or anything there. I'm totally 100% serious. Um, that's kind of gross. Ugh, my sticker just peeled. You guys have a good one.